529 plans can be used to pay for college, but the falsehood that nobody says is the case, but I think people live with, like, because there's a moral I should be paying for my kids' college, is that the only way a responsible parent could pay for college is a 529 plan. So this is probably a good time for us to pause for a minute and just say, here's what a 529 plan is, in case you're not wholly familiar. One, college savings plans parents can set up for kids, also grandparents, or you could set it up, to Corey's point, for nieces and nephews. The 529 plans has some significant restrictions on the mutual funds that they can invest in, typically restricted to one fund family, and even restrictions on how often you can move from one 529 plan to a new 529 plan, say sponsored by a new state.
And I think that's huge. Like, most people have never heard that. I think It's just like any investment account, like their IRA. It's right next to it. I can invest in the same things. Nope. Exactly right.
And the money does grow tax deferred, and at least under current tax law can be deployed to pay for certain educational expenses tax-free, meaning we deferred our growth on our taxes or the growth of our investment. We didn't have to pay taxes on it each year. And if we take it out, as long as it's taken out for higher education, it can be tax-free. And it pays for the college, as long as it pays for college for the designated beneficiary. And if it's not used for college, you got to pay taxes on the growth plus a penalty on the growth for whatever period of time it's grown. So it ends up being single-use dollars. Now, here are some of the problems that occur with 529 plans. Number one, planning for college does not have to equal buying a college savings plan. That's first and foremost. The power of investment compounding never really gets a chance to work. We're going to give you some evidence behind that here in a minute. And then if you're going to be prudent with the money, you have to be risk off about 4 years out from college. Now, we've gotten a lot of pushback on this from clients. Now, not in a big way, but just because we've now been in a relatively up market, at least calendar year up market every year since about 2008. There's been some blips, but it's not game over. And the issue is, we say, well, let's say you were going to retire, or not retire, you were going to send a child to college in 2009. You need to be risk off far enough ahead of those events that they don't potentially hurt the capacity to send the child to college. There are many children that had to make very different college choices, not only because their parents' income and net worth may have been obliterated by inappropriate investment decisions that occurred prior to 2008, but then on top of it, you have the actual college fund itself that got decimated. So we need to be risk off 4 years out. So if the market does go down a bunch, you can leave the money invested long enough to rebound before they go to school. The idea that single-use dollars are always lost, meaning if you save money for any single purpose, doesn't matter if it's a boat, a car, a college, an RV, if it's saved for a single purpose, it's always lost. We're going to give you some background behind that. And people tend to spend what's budgeted. But there's, you had mentioned, Corey, that there's one additional problem you're aware of.
What I see here is, it's another example of the financial industry productizing a part of our life, meaning it's making it about a product that they can sell more than anything else. It's no different than, we are so trained that almost no one, if you get a sniffly nose, says, I need a facial tissue. What do they say?
I need a Kleenex.
I need a Kleenex. But that's just one brand name of many options. I am putting money into an IRA, therefore I have a retirement plan. No, I'm putting money into a 529 does not mean I have a college savings plan. And that's the difference between making it all about a product that you can buy versus putting some strategy together, which is, I think, where we're going next.
Indeed. And you know what I've never thought about before, but just resonated with me there, Corey, is the idea that you don't have a college funding strategy. You might just have a college savings strategy. Like, let's think about that for a moment. Mm-hmm. That you could have a college funding, or you could have a college savings plan and still not have a college funding plan. And that's weird to think about, but it's true. That if people aren't thinking that way, they will not have what's required to actually fund college. They'll only have what it took to quote unquote save for college. And the funding strategy might be terrible on top of your college savings strategy. Thanks for tuning into our channel. I hope you got value from that. If you'd like, reach out to us, info@sfgwa.com, and schedule a free philosophy conversation with me or one of my team. We'd love to see where this philosophy might best help you. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell.